Three, two, one, zero.
Right, it looks like it's working. All right. I don't know if we're live yet. Okay, I think we're live right now.
Hopefully.
We're just having some issues with Zoom, the Zoom setup. Let me see if we are live inside the group. Bear with us, y'all, if you can watch us right now. It looks like it's working. All right, can you guys hear and see us right now? Let me know if you are tuning in, if you can hear and see us. There seems to be some technical difficulties with Zoom right now. And we'll go ahead and get rocking and rolling in just a minute. Mike, I see you're in here. Can you hear and see us right now, Mike, before I get going with this? You can? Okay, awesome. Because this is what I see on my end. It's all black. So I want to make sure before we dive into this full thing that we can be seen and heard. It looks like it's working. All right. So we're going to roll to punches. All right, y'all. So we are jumping in and kicking off with a really exciting interview today. And this is going to be super valuable for anybody that is an online fitness coach, a health coach, somebody that is in the business of changing lives. Because we're going to go into a story here from Alex Solomon, who, which I actually didn't know this until I think it was like a couple weeks ago, where he told me that he hit a 16K week. And I actually didn't even know that. So I was like, wow, I thought your record was 11, but it was 16K week using primarily live video. And as Alex will tell you, has an abundance of leads that are in his inbox daily, where he actually now has a problem with following up. So it's a whole new problem now, and has actually built a celebrity-like authority in his niche. And I'm sure he'll tell you a little bit about that, at least what he can. When I say celebrity-like, this dude has rocked it. And so he may not be able to share all the details, but he could probably share some, since this is a private group. And anyways, Alex, let's go ahead and kick this thing off. I know you've got a lot of good stuff that you can share that has helped you, your story, your journey, that you can that would also help the audience here today. So before we dive in though, I want to know who the heck is here right now with us live. Let me know right now. Drop a live in the comments if you're here with us live. If you're here with us on the replay, of course, just put hashtag replay. You know what to do. And let's show Alex some love right now. Let's show him some congratulations for his success thus far. Smash that heart button and show Alex some love right now. Let's just obliterate that heart button and show him what's up.
Thank you.
And that being said, Alex, just let's get started, man. Tell us, the people watching right now in the group, a little bit about yourself and how you even got started with us.
So how I got started with this whole program is just, I guess, a coincidence. So back in January of this year, right, I put my papers in for my job to go on a extended leave of absence, right? Because ultimately my goal is going to be to put my official papers in next month, right? Which would be my 6 month time frame.
For your job.
So, so I'm officially cutting the cord. But beforehand, I gave myself a little 6 month kind of breathing room to go all in on this. And I didn't want to do this by myself, because I knew that I need somebody keeping me accountable, telling me exactly how to do things, how to restructure things, to make sure I'm doing things right. So, we started talking in mid-January, I believe, and I had no idea you were doing this before. So off the bat, I just, I said, yes, I want to do this, because what ultimately drew me in is that my fear of doing Facebook Lives, right? I felt rather before that public speaking is was one of my worst fears by far, right? Because something came over me. Like the very first time, I'll tell you the story. The very first time I ever went live on Facebook, I still can't watch this video to this day. It took me, zero exaggeration, 3 hours to press that record button. 3 hours. I'm not saying that to hype it up. It took me 3 hours. I had my first panic attack or anxiety attack, whatever you call it, but I had it. I've never had it before in my life. I stood up out of my seat probably 20 times, walked around, the house, just kind of like what
Who
the
can
hell am I
relate to
doing?
that? Who can relate to that? And then I think a lot of people could relate to that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I started sweating profusely. I was almost clicking that button, and I told myself, why are you doing this? Who's going to listen to you? People are going to think you're stupid. Nobody cares about what you have to say. I had like a script written out in front of me. And then after 3 hours, I said, screw it. I pressed that button and I completely blanked out. I forgot about what I was going to say, the script I wrote out, but I pressed that button. I went live. I'm not even sure what I talked about, but I could tell you it was not what I wanted to talk about. And then once it was over, it was like, wow, it's finally over. And the people just were engaging with me, not at a level they are now, but they were just engaging with me a lot more than regular content that would put out, because I knew that I had to cross the bridge of doing Facebook Lives. That is just a necessary bridge I had to cross, right? So either I suck it up and I do it, or I don't, and I don't scale my business to a level that I want to scale it to.
So you saying live videos, like for you, was getting over that fear and actually doing it, like had a significant impact pretty quickly.
100%. Yep.
What were some of your initial, like, and I call these symptoms, right? Like as if we were going to a doctor. What were some of the initial symptoms or perceived problems that you're having in your business at the time that even really led you to wanting to learn how to be a better speaker, communicator, to be able to scale your business?
I would say it was connection and authority, right? I know I used to I still do put out content, right? Written content, picture content, but the way I look at it is it probably gets me a quarter of the engagement as doing live videos, right? Because just seeing a person talking to you live, even, just a video, it allows the person to engage with you and connect with you on a much deeper level. Somebody may read a piece of content and engage with it a little bit or just scroll by it. But a video is such I don't know if you can hear these birds or not, but they're just right here outside the window. But the live videos allow you to connect with the person much more. So as far as my symptoms, it was my audience not connecting with me at a level that I wish.
So you weren't getting like leads or something in? Is that why you?
Yeah, leads were drying up. So putting in my leave of absence, I was so scared of leads, right? I was so scared of just not getting leads and not having a business that can just sustain itself, right? Now I'm waking up, like I woke up today and I had I think it was 12 or 15 unread messages. Mm-hmm. I just finished answering as many as I could before I hopped on the live, and the leads are just coming in like crazy. I can't even explain to you how many leads I have.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this. Maybe you are, and this is for everybody like watching here to give some value. Is the thing about like live video, especially when done right, is and we'll talk a little bit about today about like some of the pillars that Alex that you have kind of gone through to lead to this waking up to 12 to 15 people in your inbox. Is it allows people to see all of you, like the whole of you. Like they get a look at your personality, like regular content and video. It's necessary. It's part of the overall strategy, especially what we teach inside of the mastermind. But the thing is like live video, they could see all of you. And that enables you, especially again, when done correctly, it enables people to be able to connect with you. And of course, some of the things that you've learned, which I feel like maybe helpful to have these 12 to 15 people, are like how you actually do build that real connection with people, how you actually speak to your audience's personality type, and how you allow them into your world. And again, how the steps you've taken to now build this authority in your niche, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me ask you, go ahead.
Yeah. And just the whole authority and just what you said about getting to know somebody getting to know the person for what they are, who they are, right? Because a piece of content is important, but a piece of content is very, I want to say one-dimensional, if that makes sense, right? Because mm-hmm. you literally see a picture and you read the text, and if they want to connect with you, they do, but it's not as engaging. A piece of content like a video is they can see how you're talking, how you present yourself, how you're what your philosophy is, just how you connect to a person on a deeper level. And that is what regular content can't achieve.
Okay. Yeah, I agree 100%. But again, they both are needed. They definitely both are needed. You don't want to just be going pure live. That's why
No.
we teach organic marketing secrets too. And we'll save this for a little bit, but like I do want to as much as you could tell the story of how you actually are a literal celebrity like person now in your niche. But before we get into that, I would love for you to share with everybody some of the milestones. I know you shared 12 to 15 leads. People know you've had an amazing 16K week. What are some of the other milestones and results like that you've truly achieved? And what do you feel directly? Again, I want to give our viewers as much value as possible. Some of the things that truly helped you achieve those results.
So I can't tell you enough how much more comfortable I am on video. That is a huge milestone for me because, as I said before, I was definitely afraid of public speaking. I had no idea what I was going to say in the video, how I was going to react, how to engage with people, right? But just being comfortable with being on video, right? Understanding how to structure it properly. But what these videos and the entire program helped me achieve is just that being comfortable in knowing that this will work long term. Because when you cut the cord from a steady paycheck and something that is guaranteed, you have no idea if whatever you jump into will be sustainable. But doing this allows me to know that I have the ability to make this as sustainable as I want it to be. And I understand how to scale it past a level that I may be previously at. So just knowing that this works, this is scalable, and what to do when it doesn't work, because it's all about focus. And what the biggest thing that this program helped me achieve or just realize is, I'm not saying this just to say, I truly believe that focus is essential, because it's so easy to maybe look at something like this and then just start diverting your focus to something else that's shiny, right? And then that shiny thing is just, oh, maybe I should try that. It's kind of like different diets, right? Or just you go on a diet and then different diet starts looking like, oh, but that looks promising. Maybe I'll try that. Like, no, focus is absolutely the most important thing. And what you focus on will lead you to success. And just diverting your focus from a single working method is what doesn't lead people to success.
Correct. Yeah. And it's funny you say that, is Leo had said the exact same thing, that focus was like one of his biggest breakthroughs thus far. And in fact, we nobody's actually really seen this. So maybe I think I shared it on our coaching call last a couple days ago. But we have this new model, and it's a ladder model. And the first rung on that ladder model for the mastermind is focus, because it's like essential. Anything else you do, if you're not focused, just doesn't work well. Like just as you explained with the diet. So okay. Yeah. And awesome. So what are some other big epiphanies, things that you have? So by the way, y'all, like I would write focus down. And in fact, if you can just put focus in the comment section right now, if you could drop focus, because it is very vital. I don't want you to brush over that. Focusing in on one channel, on one program, on one niche, on focusing on you, on your self-care, right? Focusing on all of these things, but like one at a time, because like it's easy for us as coaches, right, to be able to say, okay, I have to get better at sales calls. I have to raise my prices. I have to get better at live video, better at my content, better at, and there's all of these things. But the idea is, okay, what's the first thing? What's the first rung that I have to climb? And then when you get good at that, and I'm sure you could talk on this a little bit with the KPI dashboard, a lot of people, they can't stay focused on a simple KPI. That's like telling our clients, like, hey, I want you to go strength train 3 times a week. I want you to walk 10,000 steps. I want you to drink some water. And they don't do it. They can't stay consistent. You're like, that's so simple, right? And then as business owners, it's the same thing. There's this essential tasks that we must do on a daily basis. And as an online fitness coach, which you're doing, you're not perfect at, neither am I, but we're doing them. And the thing is we're getting better at them. We're getting better at our content, at our live videos. We're getting better at messenger conversations. We're getting better at network expansion. We're getting better, and we're overcoming mindset hurdles along the way. And from the outside in, this is something I observe in you, something that you will show up and you'll be like, Jason, I am having a rough week this week. I've had some rough stuff happen. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. But the thing is you're willing to pick back up and refocus. And I think that's what separates the successful online fitness coaches, the successful entrepreneurs from those that don't succeed.
100%. And the KPI dashboard is essential. I feel like it's very underutilized because if you hit all the numbers, like I call them my non-negotiables, right? Because they are essential to your growth, your consistency, your sustainability, everything. And hitting those numbers is extremely important, because if you don't hit those numbers and then things go downhill and you have no idea why they go downhill, well, look back at your numbers. Are you hitting your numbers, right? If you have no idea what the numbers look like, then it's very difficult to understand where you should be fixing yourself, right? Because I had months where I just wasn't sure what I should be doing. I felt maybe I lost a few sales calls, or maybe I wasn't feeling too confident in myself. So I was very put down, I felt like a failure. But now I'm able to see, okay, well, what are you not doing right? Let's look at your numbers. I look at my numbers, I see where I'm falling behind, where I'm staying, consistently at, and I'm able to understand where improvements should be made, where my focus should be more diverted to. But the numbers are essential. It's kind of like the walking the steps, strength training 3 times a week. Those are like your non-negotiables. You got to do them.
And you hit on something here that I think will be really huge. This has been huge in your success, whether you know it or not, and it'll be really huge for everybody else. You talked about feeling like a failure. And so a lot of us, if we're, and you can relate this to a weight loss client too, because we're doing the things that we feel like we're supposed to be doing in our business. Say we're posting content, or we're DMing people, whatever, right? We're doing things that we're like supposed to do, quote unquote. And we start to not get results, right? Maybe we're not getting the results that we hoped for. A lot of times we get that sense of failure, right? As you just said, the same way a weight loss client would probably say, oh my God, Alex, I'm failing, or, so-and-so, I'm failing. We're like, you're not failing, right? You're still going at it. And so what you just said is, and I want to bring this in for everybody here. And I'm going to ask you a question to kind of bring this point home. How do you feel knowing that you have 12 to 15 people, and what you told me, you have at least 10 people friend requesting you now every day? How does that feel knowing that that's happening?
It feels reassuring that I have the ability to just make of it what I want to make of it, right? I can scale it. I can get the leads. It makes me feel comfortable in knowing that this is a working business that can be sustained for a long period of time. It tells me that I am an authority and that I am somebody people go to, right? It allows me to know that I don't have to do all the reaching out. Like, they're reaching out to me, which means that all the content, all the, authority content that I make, all the videos, all the connection stuff that I make, it's all slowly coming together. Not very slowly, it's been pretty quick actually, but they're reaching out to me. Before it was me kind of reaching out to everybody else. Right now they're talking to me, they're reaching out to me, they're friend requesting me. And I'm like, wow, what changed? Like, I'm not gonna say celebrity status, because I'm not that, I won't say that about myself, but it's like, people
You're very humble.
Well, it's people see me in a different light, right, than what they used to see me as before, right? And I feel like a lot of it has to do with the videos and just the content, strategized differently, and just having more focus. Like, it's just, honestly, it's the focus. Instead of looking at 10 different, forks in the road, I'm on not one fork, but just one path in the road.
And you know what you're doing, and this is what everybody here can do when they learn these skill sets, right? Because we talk about focus and we talk about key performance actions, and yes, that's helpful because that's what actually gives you, like, this is what I do and I get better at it, right? But here's the thing with the skill set of live video and what you've been mastering has done. Like I remember growing up, I grew up in South Florida. I'm in West Florida. And I grew up in South Florida, and I remember going into it was called a Chicken Kitchen. I don't know if anybody has those. I think it may have been a chain. It was called Chicken Kitchen. They used to be attached to like cheeseburgers. If anybody's ever heard of those. And I walk into this Chicken Kitchen, and lo and behold, standing in front of me was none the other than Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Dwayne The Rock Johnson sitting in line at Chicken Kitchen, and he has a bodyguard around him who's not as tall but like more wide. And I was like 13 at the time, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is before Dwayne was like super famous. He was famous, but not like he is today." And I remember just being in awe, being like, "That's so cool." And then he went and sat down at the booth that I sit at all the time. It's just a regular place we went to. And I was like, that dude's sitting in the same booth as me. It was so cool. And it's because he had developed that celebrity-like presence in the community, right? And now it's the world. And that's exactly what you're doing now. And this is what other people have to do is you are that Dwayne The Rock Johnson in your niche. Like people are tuning into your videos. They're waiting for you to go live. You are that celebrity like person to them. Like if that person ran into you, this used to happen to me all the time, and it was super weird where people would run into me in the street and they'd be like, "Oh my God." And I was like, "Bro, I'm just like a freaking Jason. I'm just a dude." They're like, "Yo, you're a ninja warrior. You're this." And I'm like, I never saw myself in that light. And a lot of it was because of that experience that I'm on video, you're on video, people are on video. And sometimes we don't see that, but that's how a lot of people are like, how do I build authority? How do I create that? And that's how you do it. And that's what you're doing. And I want you to tell them about, go ahead if you, I know you can't probably share everything, but share just a little bit about the opportunity that came about. And I don't know if this came about because they saw you going live or they saw your content or your story. But share a little bit, like, again, whatever you can. I know this is a closed group, so this won't be seen outside of here. But the opportunity that you just had that really just leveled up your celebrity status.
Yeah, so actually this past Saturday, I had an opportunity of being interviewed, or like a documentary style video about me by a very big YouTube channel. They have close to 10 million subscribers, I believe. And it was completely new to me. Like first of all, I'm very shy on camera, or I was before, right? I'm very, public speaking for me was very fearful, but the opportunity to have this interview and documentary filmed on me, right, and just me, was very, it was awesome because they filmed my whole story. They filmed, my entire fitness journey, what I do, how I help people. And I actually had a best friend with me he's my best friend for like 20 years. And just as a, support, but I actually interviewed him too. And he's like, "You're so comfortable on camera." He literally told me that. He's like, "You are natural on the camera." Like, I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I don't know what changed, but it's just, you're talking differently. You're answering differently. You're just calm. Your energy is like where it should be, And they actually filmed me doing a Facebook Live as part of their filming, which is pretty cool. I was like, this is so different. But he's like, when you weren't on Facebook, my friend told me, like, when you were on Facebook Live, it's like something clicked, and then you were just exactly at the energy and at the tonality that you had to be on. I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." It was like, because he was watching me before I pressed that button to after I pressed the button. So he's like, it clicked immediately. I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." So it's like second nature to me, But even on top of the documentary that I was fortunate enough to do, which will come out very, very soon, just by being an authority or just having the outreach that I have on my personal page, other people with me that are part of my page, they're seeing what I'm doing and they're inquiring about what I'm doing, right? I had one of my friends, he was on that show, $1 Million Listing, like a real estate show. And he's asking me, he's like, "What are you doing with your marketing?" I'm like, "I'm just doing me." He's like, "Give me some advice on what to do," And people are asking me. And on top of that, like yesterday, I had a Facebook Live with a friend of mine who is in a completely different field. So I'm trying to broaden my outreach, I guess. and she actually asked me to do a Facebook Live on her page. She has a ton of followers, and they're asking me to be on their pages, which allows me to just, expand my reach, which is awesome because they're asking me. I'm not asking them.
Yeah, and in a little to put this into context, y'all, on our ladder here, on the growth ladder. So first of all of our live online mastermind students, tomorrow we're gonna have a call where we're gonna go through this brand new 6-week game plan thing, where we're gonna explain where you are. Alex is now on what we would consider the scale and dominate rung. He's on the scale and dominate rungs. And so that's why he's doing a lot of outreach and he's doing a lot of partnerships and collabs, because it's now building his up celebrity status and getting more visibility and stuff like that. So he's up here. So I want to put this into context because I want everybody here to have an action step at the end of this live and have value that they can immediately apply. If you're still down on the bottom rungs, which would be around focus or standing out or learning how to monetize the skill set here that we're talking about of communication, like don't try to like sit there and jump in collab and do all this stuff. You want to focus on the rungs that you're at. So for our live online mastermind students, you're going to learn this tomorrow and you're going to be super pumped. So, but again, this skill of communication that you've now developed, because going live is more than just pressing the live button, right? And to put this into context, right? You were just scared. It took you 3 hours 5 months ago to hit that live button. And now you've been featured on a YouTube channel with around 10 million followers. And it's like second nature to you. It happens quickly, right? I know a lot of people are so resistant to going live. They're so resistant to learning this skill because they're terrified, right? Like going live now is the equivalent of somebody going on stage in public speaking, because it's like that new fear. But there's so much that can happen, and there's no wonder why speaking and communication is the highest paying skill on the planet. Because when you can do that well, all your other marketing, your copywriting is better. Of course, all of your videos are better, right? Any channel you go on, whether it's YouTube, whether it's speaking from stage, whether it's Instagram, whether it's LinkedIn, all of that stuff works because of this one skill. So I'm so happy that you've developed it and that it's panning out really nicely for you. So, I wanted to ask you on are there any other specific results and epiphanies that you want to share with people before we move on?
Results. There's just so many. Like yesterday was my first day of my virtual assistant. Like I have an assistant, it makes me feel great because I thought I was in this by myself. And, I understand that I have to scale, but I also have to delegate tasks to other people because my time is valuable, right? And I have to have a team around me, which, prior to this, I wasn't in the mindset that I need a team, right? Which is, oh, wow, I actually need people to help me, right? So I was able to, hire an assistant, which to me still is pretty crazy, but I can't explain to you how much, like, as far as the interview, like my storytelling was very in tune. It was in alignment with my entire past. It wasn't like speaking on this thing and that thing and all jumbled. It was very precise. It was very to the point, and it was in a way that I was able to tell my story and make it sound exactly what I wish it would have sounded like. Does that make sense? It was very comfortable. And for me, just being so comfortable being on video or being recorded or interviewed is one of the biggest wins. Like, yeah, the money is so much better than I was making before, but like I'm able to just pivot the business in any direction that I want to. And that's primarily due to the fact that I understand how to leverage my content, how to speak in a different way, how to have an engaging audience. And that's all, thanks to this, thanks to you.
I appreciate you, man. And so make sure everybody got that down. Storytelling is absolutely crucial. Storytelling is a very vast subject. That's like telling somebody to go do weight training. It's like, okay, cool. There's a lot of different ways you can do weight training. So storytelling though is a skill set that you really want to get down. If you could put that in the comment section, that would be much appreciated. I like to have like these words that are very powerful and that things that should be taken very seriously. And storytelling is one of them. Storytelling is something that will serve you for the rest of your life. And it's been around. I mean, look at the Bible, right? It's like been around since the beginning of time is stories. And for those of you that are having trouble, you maybe feel like you're doing a lot of authority-based content. You're putting a lot of value in the marketplace, but you're not getting a lot of it in return. Typically, what we see is that you're not connecting and relating enough with your audience. And that all comes down to like building that connection, which is going to happen through being able to tell good stories, but in a way that connects to your authority. Does that make sense? So it has to connect to your authority. But that's really, really key. Before we move on and wrap this up, and again, everybody here, we're going to give everybody here an action item based on one of the things that's really helped move Alex forward. We're going to give you an action item to complete to move yourself forward. So before we get to like doing that is, let me see. Is there anything else that you wanted to add? I know you have so many wins. You have so much to share. Is there anything else that you feel that has been so significant to your growth besides what you've already shared that you feel like people should know?
Yeah. So this, for me, was one of the biggest things, right? It's having, it goes back to the KPI dashboard. I can't speak about it enough, is because it tells you have markers to hit, right? And you have to have certain precise markers that will define your success. And you have to have these non-negotiable markers that you have to hit, whether it's conversations, maybe outreach, whatever it is. But you have to understand, there have to be concrete markers, which is a KPI dashboard, that are your again non-negotiables, because you can be doing a bit of this, a bit of that, but all these little bits, all these maybes, all these, you know, ifs or buts, whatever, they'll make your business be kind of like floppy. You got to have these concrete numbers that you know, or somebody tells you that works because it worked for them, and just you have to hit them day in and day out. And once you do this, you will see that your business will just skyrocket. You have to have focus on, not just focus on something random, but focus on, you know, the numbers that will drive success. You have to have a clear-cut path. You can't just, you know, look at something shiny, think that it looks good, and just focus on that. No, you have to know that it actually is going to lead you. It has to, the consistency has to be there, right?
And I'm glad you're bringing this up. Not to cut you off here, but what you said, and I want to make this point very clear. So discipline and focus is the key to success. We all know that intuitively, right? And the thing is like Alex is talking about here, so everybody has context to what this is. Those of you who aren't in our program, or even those of you who are and just need this reminder, is that it's okay. Like numbers are just a target, but never get attached emotionally to the numbers. The way we like to describe this in our program is, imagine going and planting a seed outside, right? That seed is your vision, it's your content, it's everything that you're putting out. That's like the seed. The thing what most coaches do, and I certainly did this, is we go and dig up our seed constantly, all of the time. We're like, we plant the seed, we go do posts, or we set our vision. We're like, this is what we're going to accomplish this month. And then next thing you know, we're like distracted. And basically it's because of fear and yada, yada, yada. There's a lot of like fear projection. There's a distraction. And somebody tells us about like we should go build landing pages, or we should do this or that. And we're all over the place. But the thing is it constantly digs up that seed. Where Alex mentioned focus, but there's also an element of faith. And not even speaking so-and-so, like quote unquote, in the religious sense, but more or less like just having a sense of faith and trust that like if you show up and if you get better at your key performance actions and you develop the mindset shifts around them and you become a better version of yourself and you're getting better at the skills of your key performance actions, then that's what grows you, right? Just like somebody that's playing soccer, right? If you have an athlete that's playing soccer and they're not scoring goals, AKA as an online fitness coach booking calls, they're not all of a sudden going to say, you know what, screw soccer, I'm going to go play basketball, right? They're going to probably look at like, why am I not scoring goals? And maybe they realize that it's just a skill set. Like maybe they're just like, oh, well, my footwork is a little sloppy, can use a work, or, man, I haven't really been passing. I haven't really been passing, right? And so what they do is they just go back to that game tape, and that's what the key performance action dashboard is. And so that's why it's so vital. And in fact, what we give to all of our not that it's really an accountability tool is at the end of each week, we give out a performance action review where you list that stuff out. And again, it's not to be like, oh, I suck, I'm failing, I'm not hitting my goals. It's more of like okay, let me look at my game tape, just like the best quarterbacks or the best athletes in the world do. And let me just see, okay, where's my biggest bottleneck, which is what you were just referring to. What is my biggest bottleneck right now? Oh, I need to get better at storytelling right now, or I need to get better at understanding my niche, or I need to get better at transitioning people from watching my lives or consuming my content to getting in Messenger. And those numbers are what tell that story. And that's all it is, right? And that's all you do. And if more online fitness coaches, in fact, this is the one thing that we personally did to take us from like 6 to 8K months all the way up to 80K plus months. And we call this dashboard the 30K KPA dashboard because my business personally lived in that 30K per month range for quite a while. So I call it the 30, and so I call it the 30K dashboard for that reason, in case somebody does. But that's what Alex is talking about here. And that's why it's been so fundamental, because you have that focus and you have that trust that if you show up and you do those things, but you're becoming a better version of yourself, you're becoming better at the skill sets behind them. That's what's producing the results, right?
Yeah, 100%. And consistency is everything in this too. Like right now, I'm on 117 days of straight Facebook Lives, right? Straight. I swear I haven't taken a day off. If I went on vacation, I did either a Facebook Live or a pre-recorded video, but the videos were always there, right? Because even
become
if you
part of
suck, exactly. Even if but they will suck at the beginning. Everybody's does, right? But that consistency allows you to become better over time, get better at your outreach, get better at your call to actions, your engagement, everything. But you have to start, right, and then improve afterwards. Figure out all the details afterwards. But if you're just starting out, focus on the videos, right, and then improve over time. But I can't tell you how much more comfortable I am on video now, which I would say for the better part of like 20 years since I tried public speaking, I've always been afraid of it. But now it's so much more comfortable for me. But I'm able to not only be comfortable at public speaking, like Facebook, I say public speaking as Facebook Live because that's what it is, but I'm able to leverage it and just talk about it in a way that allows them to get engagement, allows them to get leads, right? And it's very, very essential.
Yeah, man. And I'm curious, like, what you think as far as this. Like, obviously, like, as a business owner, I know who we can help serve the best. But like, in your opinion, like, who would you say like would benefit from our program? Like, and how can it help them? Like, I'm just curious what your thoughts are.
So let me put myself back in my shoes. So you mentioned the whole landing pages, right? So not there's anything wrong with that, but it's just not my style, at least not right now. So I spent a lot of money on advertisements, landing pages, all these different programs, ClickFunnels, stuff like that. Not there's anything wrong with that, but it wasn't for me at that time, right? And now I'm still not looking to do that. So if you're trying paid advertisements and it's not working for you, or you tried organic marketing before and it's not clicking, this is for you. If you're struggling to stay at a consistent monthly revenue because you don't know exactly what gets you money, maybe what actions actually produce your money and what actions don't produce your money, but maybe your focus is on the actions that don't produce your money, right? This is for you, because I was focusing on the wrong things. Now I'm focusing on the things that actually produce me revenue, right? So if you're doing paid advertisements and it's not working for you, if you're struggling to get people into your inbox, like if you're always reaching out to people, maybe you're fishing in Facebook groups constantly, and that's your form of lead generations. Maybe if you're always if you're the only one always shooting friend requests and you're never getting any for yourself, this is for you. You know, if you're having trouble just spreading yourself and just into different communities by not doing anything, that's what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything but focusing on myself, and all these other communities and people are asking me to be a part of them, right? This is for you. So that's my answer.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. I appreciate you sharing all that.
I'm just sharing what I've experienced, right? It could be different for somebody else. This is my experience, and I don't lie about anything. I just tell you how it is, and this is exactly what's happened to me. I can't tell you how much time, not time, but yeah, time, but also money I even spent on paid advertisements. I thought that was the thing for me, you know, but
well, and it goes back to the rungs, right? Looking at the rungs of business growth, it's like focus has obviously been huge for you, and it should be huge for everybody. People have a lot more success if they can just literally focus for a length of time. But the thing is like, it is totally cool to do all these other things, but there is an order in which things naturally flow, right? Like it's just the way it works. It's like gravity, right? It's like the way it works. And so you focused first, develop that. Then you moved up to learning how to stand out. Because if people jump into paid advertising and people jump into all these things, but when you learn how to stand out, come up with the messaging, and it takes time. Some people either are already burned out and they're just like, they just can't invest the mental energy. But the thing is like, it takes a little time to get this stuff down, to develop the authority, to develop the connection, right? Some people, it's like if a weight loss client jumps in and it's like, I'm not seeing results in 3 weeks. You're like, yo, chill, just keep doing your thing. Let's just keep moving and figuring it. We'll get it. You'll get it. And I tell that to you, or not to you, Alex, but to the person watching that may be feeling burned out, or maybe feeling that is, it may take time. Guess what? Like, it took me 7.5 years to have a breakthrough. It took Andy Frisella, the founder of First Form, 18 years of sleeping on a floor in his thing. Now, I'm not saying that it should take you that long, because you have access to groups like this and into communities like we have, right? And there's plenty of amazing coaches out there. But the thing is you have to understand that it will take some failure. It will take some rejection. That's part of the journey. As an entrepreneur, as a fitness, as a digital CEO, as a business owner, you signed up for this, right? You signed up for fear. You signed up for rejection. You signed up for failure. But the people like you, Alex, the people that will succeed are the people that will have bad days. They will have bad weeks. It's not all cupcakes and rainbows and sunshine, right? And puppies running around. Well, that is a lot of life now. But what happens is you will run into failures. And when you run into failures, do you veer off and sign up for a different coaching program? Do you quit? Do you say, screw it, I'm going to watch Netflix? Do you jump on the next strategy like TikTok or Clubhouse or whatever is being promoted? Or do you stay focused on the thing that you said you were going to do? Do you stay focused and have self-integrity and say, you know what? I said I'm going to do this, and I'm damn sure going to complete this. And do you stay focused and figure out, how am I going to become a better version of myself? How am I going to learn the skills? Obviously, I'm not seeing results. It's probably coming from within. So let me figure out what is blocking me in the mindset. Let me figure out what skill I need to develop. And doing those things well will produce results. So that's what you're talking about here, is people just go and veer off, right? And that's where you were doing. And immediately when you got focused, this is that progression. And in 5 months, you've climbed. You're not at the very top yet, which is good, because if you were, like, you would have no motivation. But you have climbed 4 rungs of the business ladder in 5 months. Like, that's insane. That's really good. That's a job well done, dude.
Thank you. And I wanted to share something. I don't know if you can see this well, but this is like part of the interview that happened. And it was, the opportunity to do this was just insane. Like, it made me feel great just given the opportunity to do the interview, but just the way that I presented myself on there was just in a completely different way than I would have presented myself if it was before starting this. So this is just, it's not going to be all sunshines and rainbows, like you said. There will be days where you feel like crap, right? But those days are very important, because how you behave and how you handle yourself on the days that aren't good will determine your success, right? And that's where your focus is extremely important, because you have to know where to focus on when the days or the weeks don't go as you want them to. You have to know what to focus on to get back to where you were before, or get to where you want to be, right? But going on a different platform, refocusing on TikTok or Reels or Clubhouse, whatever it is, that's when your focus is out of alignment, right? You have to stay focused on what works and when things don't work for you.
Yeah. Next stop for you is American Ninja Warrior. Let's get you on that show, man. Elevate, elevate that exposure. Elevate that exposure. So I would love to hear from everybody here that's watching this right now, especially if you're live, even if you're watching this on a replay, is what is one thing that you learned today? Like, you never just want to watch, and this is a good rule of thumb for anybody. You never want to watch a piece of content or listen to a podcast or anything and not take action. That's what's called stuck. You want to be what's called a standstill, where it's like, you're going to take the information and you're going to increase. And so I'm assuming that if you're stuck, you're probably already gone. You probably already left this interview. But if you're at a standstill, you're still here, and you just need to implement a little more. So what's one thing that you plan to implement in your business starting today, or one thing that you learned that you want to start getting better at? Greg said, master storytelling. That is right. And Kristen said, focus and KPA. Amazing. And just so I want to, on that note too, I heard this on a podcast the other day. A coach deals with the cause. A marketer deals with the symptoms. So whenever you're going out here and doing marketing, always remember that. A coach, that's all of us here watching this. We're coaches, we're trainers. We deal with the cause, but you can't market the cause. A marketer will deal with the symptoms. You have to take this hat and put on a different hat. Take your coach hat off whenever you're going to market, put on your marketing hat, and start dealing with the symptoms. Deal with the symptoms. You will have way better results right off the bat, right? Edward said, more strategic marketing to dads. Amazing. Yeah, I know we just talked about that. Who else? What's one thing that you're going to take away? Unless you're driving. I mean, heck, there's voice text these days. Live dangerously, y'all. I'm the one person that says, respond even if you're driving. Respond even if you're driving. I would love to be able to help you implement whatever you're going to do today. So just put it in the comment section. And that's just accountability. Let's just be real. I'm not going to know if you implement it or not, but it's just accountability. So awesome. And I know a lot of people yesterday, we had a ton of outreach on our little guidebook, little checklist monetization guide that we're giving out. So we will get that to y'all, anybody that's waiting on it. If anybody here is like, dude, I really resonated with what Alex shared today, and everything sounds absolutely amazing. I would love to be able to get that same kind of support. And I would like to join a community, a program that can provide those results, even if it's not, the exact same results Alex has, right? Just like with the weight loss client, it's possible for you for sure. Alex is obviously moving very fast up this rung, but if you are like, hey, I would like to learn the skills of communication, video, and really learning how to make this marketing thing work, to be able to move my audience, my viewers, the people consuming my content, and move them and convert them into loyal, high-paying clients, then our program might be a right fit for you. If you're interested in talking with me personally, you can drop in the comment section, just say the words, I'm ready. Say the words, I'm ready. You can shoot me a private message as well. Say the words, I'm ready. And we'll have a conversation. We'll see where you're at right now in your business. I'll ask you a few questions, see where you're at. And if it seems right, we'll go ahead and book a call. We'll hop on a Zoom call, much like Alex and I are on right now. And we'll talk a little further into how we can come up with your own game plan so you can have, again, I never promise the exact same success as anybody. You can either have better success as Alex, or you can have whatever success is right for you. But with that being said, just put in the comment section, I'm ready, or you can shoot me a private message, say the words, I'm ready, and we'll connect and see if we can help you. With that being said, I'll open the floor up for some questions real quick. That way myself or Alex can answer. Greg, you said as a marketer, deal with symptoms rather than cause. Leave dealing with the cause for coaching. Absolutely. And you hear a lot of people say that you can't be the best coach in the world. You have to be the best marketer in the world. That's not true. You still have to be the best coach in the world, but when you put your when you go to market, you have to put your marketing hat on. That's when you're the best marketer in the world. You know what I mean? Edward said, fat loss symptoms, ideas for marketing, please. So think about it like this, right? The cause is, so they want to, the cause is like sometimes internal and external. So the cause would be like, dude, I need to lose weight, which is technically a symptom, right? So the cause may be like, I feel really bad internally about myself, right? And that's like what's causing them to want to get help. They feel really bad and self-conscious about themselves. So the symptom can be like they're trying to button up their pants and they can't. A symptom can be like, and that's a symptom of the cause, right? They have too much weight. And then the too much weight is a symptom of the real cause, right? Which is a lot of times what us as coaches try to do in our marketing is we're talking too mindset. We're talking too much mindset because that's the cause. We all know mindset is the cause. It's the same truth for us as business owners, right? Mindset is the cause. But you have to almost pretend that what we're doing with the symptoms is a Trojan horse, is we're giving them what they want, which is we're addressing their symptoms, like clothes not fitting, or they're running around. In your case, Edward, they're running around with the dads are running around with their kids and don't have energy. Like they're just like, dude, I just want to go sit on the freaking couch and watch Netflix instead of play with my kids, right? You know, that's a symptom, right? A symptom is their belly fat, like they're fat flapping over. That's a symptom. Do you know what I mean? And so we know the cause, but the thing is we have to talk symptoms, and that's the Trojan horse that brings them inside of the program where you're actually going to probably help them more so with mindset. That's typically how it goes. Does that make sense, Edward? If y'all have any other questions, I know there's still a couple handful of people on here right now. If there's any other questions, use this opportunity to drop them below, and whether it's for me or for Alex, and we'd be happy to answer them for you.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you would like your own KPA dashboard set up, just hit me up and we'll have that conversation. In fact, by the way, I know this is an interview about Alex. Leo, if you're watching this, I hope you don't mind me sharing this. Leo just sent me a message. My phone's right here. Leo just sent me a message. He's on track for a $500,000 per year business based on his current run rate right now. He started in January. You can go watch Leo's interview. He started at $1,000 per month, or 1,500, whatever that is in euros. 1,500 euro, whatever it comes out to, US, in January. And he's already crossed over the $100,000 per month mark in May. And he's on track at this point for 500,000 plus month, right? So there's a lot possible, just like Alex is doing. It all comes down to focus, as Alex has said multiple times, to having the right key performance actions, the developing the skill sets of communication and live video, so you can become Insta famous. You could become the Halle Berry or the Dwayne The Rock Johnson to your niche. Amazing, y'all. Well, if there's no other questions, we're gonna go ahead and peace out. Again, if you are so lucky to have the replay of this, wherever you end up watching this, if it's in the group, you can comment replay and ask your question. Otherwise, again, if you would like to see what it looks like to work with us and to have similar results to Alex and be able to really have a step-by-step game plan, take out all the guesswork around your marketing and around your business growth, then just go ahead and just put in the comments, I'm ready. Shoot me a message, say the words, I'm ready, and we will connect and talk further. As always, have faith, stay focused, and take aligned action.
Thank you.